FEG-01 session number 4. Topics to be covered: verb forms, story writing with the help of given sentences, and story writing. One kind of story writing is when clues are given to you. The second kind is you just given a topic and then you have to write. Now both kind of story writing we'll be going to discuss in this session. Now first, verb forms. The verb forms are of two types: regular verb forms and irregular verb forms. Now what are regular verb forms? Regular verb form their past tense and past participle by adding ed or d to their present tense form. Now you have seen the first form, second form, like eat, ate, write, wrote. This is, or sometimes we put ed or d. Cook, cooked. This is the example when we just put ed. More than 95% of all English verbs are regular verbs, where we are changing into second form or past tense by putting ed or d. Regular verbs cause few problems in speaking and writing. They are simple, no problem. Now just see regular verbs and their principal parts. To call, present tense, call or calls. Present participle, calling. And past tense is called, or participle is have called. We just put ed and change it into past tense. Next example is to dust. Dust or dust. Then dusting. Past tense dusted, have dusted. So putting ed we are changing into second form of verb. Very simple. Now irregular verbs. What are irregular verbs? Irregular verbs can form their past tense and past participle forms in various ways. Like we say eat, ate, eaten. It's totally different. Go, went, gone. There is no relation between each other. It's not like we put ed or d and we change it into second form or we make participle of it. These forms cause even native speakers innumerable problems at times. The most irregular verbs of all is the verb to be. How we? To be. Is, are, am, was, were. Is, the past tense is was. So it's totally different. Another irregular verb that is important for its use with other verb is the verb to have. Now just see this chart. You'll be able to understand. To be, the present tense is be, am, are, is. Present participle is being. And past tense is totally different. Just see. Was, were. And past participle have been. Then next, to have, has. Present participle having. Past tense had, or have or had is the past participle. Now other common irregular verbs and their principal parts. You just go through the chart on the screen and you'll be able to know, or you'll be able to understand the difference between the regular and irregular verbs. To see, sees, seen, saw, have, seen. See, saw and seen. So this is first form, second form, third form of present, past, past participle. Now do, does, doing, did or have done. To fly, fly, flies, flying, flew, have, flown. To run, run or runs, running, ran, have, run. Here the concept of ed and d is not there. It's different. That's why they are irregular verbs. Now expressing the future. That one more thing is there. That how to express future. It's not always will be or shall be, will have been. It's not always like that. How? I shall see you in the evening, that is simple future. We are going to spend a vacation in Delhi, that is intention. There is no will and shall here, but it is future tense because it is showing the intention and the action will be taken in future. We are going to spend the vacation in Delhi. This is about the future plan we are explaining about, expressing the future. It is going to rain, likelihood. That is also future. The chances are there that it might rain in future. But there is no will and shall here. The train is going to start. Action about to take place. So this is also a future tense, but in a different way. Now, conjugation. Another topic and very important topic to understand is conjugation. A conjugation of a verb is the correct arrangement of its form through its tenses, persons and numbers. If you go back to your memory, when I was teaching you the agreement of verb with the subject, that time I had explained to you the meaning of singular and plural and the relationship between the subject and the verb. If subject is in singular, the verb will also be different. He eats. They eat. Plural, then S is gone. So this is how first form of verb is used. Same is person means the speaker. The person is spoken to and the person or thing spoken of. So everything is taken care of when we do the conjugation of verb in the correct arrangement. Arrangement with the tenses, with the persons, with the numbers. As I have explained to you that how to use present tense in interrogative sentences, in negative sentences, the relationship between do and does. Then in past tense also how to use did. Only second form of verb is used. Same is with the future when will is used. So here everywhere you will find the conjugation is very important. Now the tense, singular and plural. Just see. Present tense, past tense, future, present perfect, past perfect and future perfect. These are the different tenses. I am, we are. You are, you are. He, she, it is, they are in plural. Concept of singular and plural and the conjugation of verb with the subject. Same. I was, we were. You were, you were. He was, they were. Future, I shall be, we shall be. You will be, you will be. He will be, they will be. Then perfect tense, I have been. In plural, we have been. You have been, you is common between singular and plural as you already know. You have been. He has been, and here in plural it will become have. They have been. Past perfect tense, I had been, we had been. You had been, you had been. He had been, they had been. Had will remain, had only in singular and plural both. Now future perfect tense, I shall have been, you will have been, he will have been. And in plural, we shall have been, you will have been, they will have been. This chart gives you a clear picture of the conjugation of verb along with the subject. This is all about your tenses. Now come to different topic, that is story writing. A very important topic for today's discussion, which is story writing. Now write any comic story of your choice. If this choice is given to you to write any comic story, how will you do it? Normally, you have been given, you have to imagine one of the character and write your reaction. One thing is you write with your imagination. And second thing is, you have been given a clues, sentences, small sentences as clues, sequence wise. They have given to you and you have to join those sentences and make it a story. Now the example is there in front of you on the screen. You just go through the example. A slave escaped from bondage to the forest. Soldiers came after him to catch. Entered a cave. A lion was roaring with pain. Its paw was swollen. The slave approached it and removed the thorn. They became friends. Later the soldiers arrested the slave, took him to the king. The king ordered the soldiers to throw the slave to the hungry lion. The lion rushed at the slave, recognized the slave, remembered the kindness shown by the slave, then licked the feet of the slave. The spectators amazed. The slave explained the situation to them. The king set him free. I am sure writing a story is not at all difficult for you because the clues are given to you. You just have to join them in a correct manner and the story is ready. After writing the story, you have already done the reading and comprehension. You have to understand the meaning. You have to give a heading to the story and you have to write the moral of the story. These two things you have to do and your story writing is ready. Now second example. Just see the second example of the story. That's very simple. A cap seller going to market felt tired, slept under a tree, a basket, caps for sale, monkeys on the tree, came down, opened the basket, took the caps, wore them, started making noise. Cap seller woke up. No cap in the basket, looked up in wonder. Monkeys wearing caps. Tried several methods to collect the caps. Failed. Out of frustration, threw his cap. Monkeys also threw the caps. Cap seller collected the caps and went away happily. This is another story. You can just join, complete the sentences. Once upon a time, there was a cap seller. He was going to market and he felt very tired. He slept under a tree. Like this, you just have to join these clues which are given to you. Complete sentences and sequence wise. And your story is ready. Give a caption to the story. Give a moral to the story. And your story writing is over. This is all for today. Thank you.